before we get into this video, welcome back to the channel. Make sure you subscribe, turn your notifications on, and go ahead and like this video. I do not want you guys forgetting towards the end of the video and then you miss out on all the content and then this wonderful channel you miss out on. You feel what I'm saying? So make sure you do all that. So jumping into this workout, you clicked on it for a reason. You read the title. Right now you'll see me warming up. This is a warm-up that I often do before all of my workouts, and it is just a rotator cuff rotation. So the purpose of this warm-up is pretty much just to strengthen and prep the rotator cuff muscles. They are going to spend a lot of time stabilizing our shoulders, making sure that we maintain proper positioning when we're training and performing all of these different movements. This right here is a dynamic stretch where I just like to really get loose, really get that upper body loose. You don't always want to do stiff stretches like you see right now, stretching the tricep. Tricep is going to get a lot of work when training your chest, so keep that in mind. So you do want to do some static stretching and some dynamic stretching, and also use some resistant bands, get a little load on. So that's why I perform all these different type of stretches before my workout. It doesn't last long, guys, just 5 to 10 minutes depending on how tight you may feel, but you really never want to run into your workout, you know, stiff. You want to make sure all your muscles are primed and ready for work, because you're going to get the work in, guys. We're here to build, we're here to get stronger, we're here to get better. And in order to do that, we must make sure we're going into every workout with that mind on point and making sure our body is on point. So do not neglect any of your stretches. When you're doing that specific stretch as well, you need to make sure that you're keeping your elbows tight. It's a rotation, so you only want to rotate that forearm. All right, so starting off my workouts, guys, I love to perform a barbell movement. All right, this is a compound movement right here. This right here is the incline bench press, which is mainly for the upper chest, right? But it is a compound movement, which means it's going to utilize multiple muscle groups, not just the chest. We have our shoulders engaged, we have some of our back engaged, our triceps engaged, our forearms engaged, our core, most importantly, because we're trying to stabilize and keep this bar from screwing up and falling all over the place. And so we try to stabilize it and keep it straight. So this is why it's a compound movement, and I always recommend you start out with something like such. So if you're going to start your workout with a barbell exercise, you also need to make sure that you perform some accessory movements after. All right, this is not going to be the only movement that you can perform, but you do want to make sure that if you're going to knock out some barbell work, knock it out in the beginning when you have most of your strength. For me, I like to do at least 4 to 5 sets, ranging from at least 8 to 10 reps. So I think I said that correctly. I said 4 to 5 sets, and we're speaking on 8 to 10 reps. Now, if the weight begins to get super heavy and I'm really going for that strength, I will drop down the reps and I will only hit about 3 or 5. But for the most part, I'm here for muscle growth, not solely for strength. And so with that being said, I do really tap into the 8 to 10 rep range. So that's what I recommend for you guys. Again, your full upper body is going to be hit, but the primary muscle group that we are focusing on is the upper chest. Very important for a lot of overall physiques. A lot of us lack that upper chest development because we just do not hit it hard enough. You know, we focus on flat movements for a majority of the time. So you want to switch up your focus a little bit. Make sure you're tapping into each body part and really making all of your body parts work. All right. So with the bench press, I recommend you pull your shoulders back before you start to move the bar, and then slowly drop that bar to your chest. So like I said, now it's time for some accessory work, some isolation work, some unilateral work. All right, so we got the compound out the way. Now we need to focus on some, if you saw me right there, I was trying to get some spiders off of the dumbbells. All right, so notice how this is not your heaviest dumbbells. It's not going to beat your heaviest dumbbells. And that's simply because the gyms are pretty much opening up, but they have been closed for months, and the workout equipment in the stores is gone. All right, so I managed to scrape up 35 pounds. So here you see me doing some unilateral work. This is the alternate dumbbell bench press. So this is for your mid chest, but I will say your overall chest will be hit, okay? This is a great exercise when we're talking about developing that single arm strength. What you're going to need to keep in mind is that you need to stabilize your shoulders, stabilize your core in order to really get the most benefits. If you notice how one dumbbell is being raised and kept in the air while the other one's coming down, that's going to make sure that you are really stabilizing that core, and it's going to force you to turn on that mind-muscle connection, guys. So I really love this type of movement simply because if you have a problem with muscle imbalances, you can eliminate that with this type of movement, all right? And when I say muscle imbalances, I mean like, let's say one side of your body is stronger than the other side of the body. When you do movements like this, you're causing each side of the body, each arm, each pec to do the same amount of work simply because you're using the same amount of weight. Now notice I have resistance bands on right now. This is because the 35 pounds is obviously light. So in order to increase that load, increase that resistance, you can utilize some resistance bands. It's going to take it from 35 pounds and it's going to make it feel like 65 or 70. I lie to you not, all right? And that depends on the strength of the band. Now resistance bands come in all different shapes and all different sizes. You have your, super light to light, medium, heavy, ultra heavy, super heavy, however that company states it. But pretty much, guys, if you add a resistance band to any of your trainings, you're going to increase that resistance and you're going to really make your body work. All right. So normally I take it from all the way up using my resistance bands as heavy as I can get. And then I take those resistance bands off and I finish off my reps to failure, pretty much. And that's, when I say failure, I don't mean like completely exhausting myself, but I mainly mean taking my reps all the way until I have, like, let's say 2 more left in the tank. Because I don't want to burn out. This still is the beginning of the workout, but I do want to get the work in. All right, so when I move on to my dumbbells, I'm hitting anywhere from 12 to 15 reps using the same amount of sets, which is about 4 to 5. So everything you see in this workout is going to be 4 to 5 sets. The only thing I'm changing up is the rep range, and that's simply because some movements are going to need more volume than others. And so when we talk about getting more volume in, when we talk about building, what we really want to do is try to utilize different techniques. So with these 2 exercises, when you see the dumbbell press, and then now you're going to see a Savin press or a dumbbell squeeze. This was a superset that I did. So I did both of these movements back to back. So with this dumbbell squeeze, this is for the inner chest, guys, those inner pecs. We want to really get those things with some blood flow. So we're pretty much squeezing those dumbbells together and forcing them to stay together and just pressing up, forcing all the way up and squeezing those pecs all the way throughout the movement. This right here is going to be an intense mind muscle workout, mind muscle exercise. Let me correct myself. This exercise is going to make sure that you really are thinking about that inner chest when you're working, guys. It's not going to be easy. And as you notice, I had to add some resistance bands to this movement as well, just to make it more tough. And you can see in my face, I am really working. You also can see a little bit of the chest and see how it's squeezing those inner pecs. So similar to how you're doing like a dumbbell fly, this can also hit your chest the same way. But you always want to switch it up, guys. Never want to do the same things. So I recommend you try this Savin press. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. SVEND press. You can also just call it a dumbbell squeeze, guys. That inner pec contraction is going to be like no other. All right, so this is an isolated movement as well, and simply for the pecs. And you actually will avoid a lot of that shoulder tension that you usually get from that dumbbell fly. You won't feel that at all with that movement. Now we're moving on and we're closing out the workout. We're getting about another superset, which is going to cause us to do 2 more exercises. So right here, you'll see the decline push-up right here. So a lot of people think that this is for your decline chest because we said decline push-up. No, this is for your upper chest. All right, your arms are pushing up and away from your torso. So if you do that right now, you'll notice that your upper chest is being pretty much squeezed and tensed throughout that movement. I throw a resistance band on there as well, just to get that more work, guys, for the overall upper body strength. This is going to help you. All right, so like I said, this movement works for the upper pecs, and it's also going to tap into that shoulder movement, shoulder growth as well. You got to remember, when you're training your chest, your shoulders and your triceps are going to be taxed. That's why a lot of people use the push routine where you'll train all three. But right here, we're mainly focused on the chest, but everything else is being hit. So this is the last exercise, guys. This is the banded lateral push walk. All right, this is for your mid chest and your overall chest. You're going to be taking that stand-up push-up to the next level. So notice I have the band around my wrist. This is making it super, super hard for me to walk out, stretch my arm out, and really get that next push-up. Now, if you want to make it a little easier, you can move those resistance bands to closer to your elbows, and that will make it a lot easier for you to get the work done. So after I do a few walks from side to side, I go ahead and do some standard push-ups, still forcing those resistance bands out and really just taxing the chest. All right, so stabilize the muscles, guys. You gotta stabilize your body. Your shoulders and your core are going to be taxed after this. All right, I appreciate you guys for rocking with me. Go ahead and comment below if you like this video. Make sure you subscribe, like this video, guys. I got more content coming for you, more workouts like this. If you like the commentary and like me to explain things like such, go ahead and let me know in the comment section. And I hope to see you guys here again. I hope you guys are enjoying these videos that I'm about to be dropping, really helping you guys build muscle. All right, we're building muscle, guys, at home or in the gym. So let's keep grinding. I thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.